Hi guys, in the what is new video of July, look at the date. So the ISOs are on AAG. You can download and install them if you want and test them for us and let us know, well, if all is well. But the ArcoLinux tweak tool now has the possibility to add another repository, and I have a virtual machine, and this what I'm going to show you is best done in a virtual machine, right? Test it, play with it, because we are going to play with different Lego blocks. A Lego block, sometimes I refer to that because ArcoLinux basically has applications, and like in Lego, you build it up, you make your own big plate, this red plate in Lego blocks, right? That's where you build everything, and you build up your city and whatever you wanna do. Plasma, XFCE, PSPWM, right? You just start with building and then making configuration, extra applications, and voila, you've got yourself a desktop tiling window manager or not. So what I'd like to experiment on is first on a virtual box, not on my ISO builder, never on my ISO builder, but in here. If it breaks, I delete it. Done. I reinstall and play again. So the ArcoLinux tweak tool has changed a little bit, and that's because of our communication with the the Reborn OS guys. So one of the ArcoLinux distros that the ArcoLinux here tweak tool supports has been already for quite a few years, I guess, Reborn OS, but now we have also added the Reborn OS repo. So what you can do, and that's a good test for me to see if I should update some packages or anything like that, that is actually saying I don't want to have the repo from ArcoLinux. I don't want to have the repo for the third party for ArcoLinux, and I don't want to have the extra large repo. So we keep the ArcoLinux core, the ArcoLinux extra, and ArcoLinux multilit. And then we just use another terminal to update the system. So Pacman only sees these guys, and this gives you already some information of what we do different than other distros. We have our own SDDM because we know that the code from GitHub is better than the one from 2 years ago. This is what ArcoLinux provides. It's a version, and a version from a certain date, and the code is from a certain date. But we know by experience, and I believe it was Hyperland that made us do this, that it works better with tiling window managers, and specifically the ones on Wayland. So there we go, we have our own SDDM package. That's why we see this line. So all the rest is this one. This is typically Eric Dubois, so Nemesis repo. That's my own personal repository. It contains a few icons, and that's it. So if you update again, then we only see these three. So we could argue that we're now on Arch. Well, we're not, of course, because lots of information is still there. But Pacman wise, he only knows the ArcoLinux stuff. So if we add this one, a Reborn OS, that's the new guy, and we update this thing, then we have an extra line. So we basically go to a certain server, and then things happen, right? And things might go wrong, and that's why we're here, to learn from what is applied, what is shown here. And we have here local 2023 0606, and we have 02019. So basically our keyring is built by us. It's our build. And I seem to have built it on the 6th of June. So that's all good. Our keyring has been built on a different date with a different number. So all good. SDDM, you know the drill, what that is. The snapd is indeed something typical ArcoLinux because we have PAMAC. And rather than going for PAMAC and install it from AWAR, we have the ArcoLinux PAMAC All package. Basically, we build it straight from Manjaro, right? This package is from Manjaro. We use the packages from the package build, basically, not the packages as such, right? We built the Manjaro ourselves. We built snapd ourselves. We built snapd glib ourselves, so that the versions match. Then it works. So we don't do any of these things. These are all good. We don't change any of those. And here we have a version of the Surf and Icons Git. Probably gonna be older. And looking at the numbering system that they have, I guess they have a epoch thing in front of it, and then 2022 October. So that's not an update either, because we are now at 2020 2023 and then 06 something. If I proceed, let's see if what happens, because it's only that one. Yeah, it's only that one. And he's going to, he thinks he's upgrading, but basically he's actually downgrading. But it's all about numbering systems. Our numbering system is different, right? If you go for the third party pack again and you update the system, then it's gonna say the Surf and Icons, this is 230601. That's the official numbering system from us. There's also another one, speed test CLI, I see here, local 213 R1. This ends in 1 and this ends in 2. So this will always be, yeah, the differences between repos. Eric's repo, and Dev repo, ArcoLinux repo, RebornOS repo, Chaotix repo. All these guys have different numberings, or might have different. They do not have. They might have different numbering systems. So you have to think, basically. Use your brain, right? Use your brain, analyze, and decide what you do. Now the thing is, if RebornOS is active, you can actually do things. You can actually, I think in the previous video I put software mode on. So voila, software mode off again. And we can make this a little bit bigger, like this. And we need to click here, I think. Yeah, repositories, RebornOS. So this is what we can install, but as you see, there are things that are, well, installed. Red means that, sorry, these packages are installed. But of course we play with the same Lego blocks, but we build them and put them on our own separate repositories. So there will be doubles for sure. But everything that's red, so from here we can play around. So 7-zip is on RebornOS. This one is on repo third party and RebornOS. So here is a lot of stuff we can install extra, like for instance, it's okay to install a Kanta icon theme from Rafael RebornOS. What can go wrong with a Kanta icon theme? Not much, I would say. So if you're curious to see it, use a virtual machine, play around with it, and decide later on your real metal machine. That's what I like, that's what I want. Let's have a look at the Kanta icon theme. Probably at the beginning. No. Where are you, Kanta? Rakul is there. I guess we need to investigate. So files. It is Kanta compact, yes. Cinnamon is there with a C. So it should be applied. Unless I'm missing something. It's not here. Should be here. But it's not visual in here. That's strange. So let's see, is there anything else called Kanta? We got this GTK theme as well. So we can install that one. Normally I don't click here, but let's try it. choose, do everything in a terminal, and advise you to do the same. But if there are no issues, it will just install, and otherwise, yeah, you need to open up a terminal to read what's going on. Let's kill everything and then open up. Why is Kanta not showing its colors? Wow. Let's open up this one as well. Kanta blue, Kanta compact, Kanta blue dark, Kanta blue dark compact, blue light compact, dark. So now you know without installing how does it look, right? Kanta blue, blue dark is for me probably the best, and then Kanta. Unfortunately, there's no Kanta icon theme, so let's have a look what it would look like. User share icons Kanta GTK3 assets. All colors. I wonder why it's not showing up. It's using a Dwight cursor theme. Is it the GNOME thing? Is that why you're not showing up? Might be. So Kanta capital letters. I have a what if. What if I go to config, to xfce, to xfce4conf, to here, and then I don't know, then I look, ag, sadly. Then I have an xsettings xml, a setting, control find, sadly. What if I say Kanta? Is that okay? Super X, reboot, logout might do the trick, not sure. Probably work in XFCE, depending on the desktop, right? Sometimes it works or it doesn't work. But it's just a few seconds more, so reboot and see if it applies Kanta. So this is your Kanta system, is it? Yeah, there are icons. Some of us are from us. And this is your Sherlock Holmes, because this is my first time ever, and so will you. Try to figure out what is on here. Reborn OS, right? Have a look. What's on here? There are things in here that I remember from Antergos, CNCHI. Never know why they gave such a difficult name. But there's a lot, right? Etcher bin is here as well. And there's some flat with touches of realism, whatever it is, icons. That's something, of course, you can do as well. Type in the word icon and see what you get. Icon. These are all about icons. The same applies for themes. Theme, have a look, theme. And you'll find out there's some stuff on here, Reborn OS, but also on Arch and whatever you have enabled. Okay, so have a look, play around with it. You will break things, that's normal, right? That's why we put it on a virtual machine, and you play around and see what everything is. And reborn is something I would type as well, reborn, and then you know, oh my god, what's all this, right? So that's the skell, you know my word skell, what it means. The skeleton for cinnamon, and budgie is here, cinnamon, cups is here, full base. will conflict with other things from us and other things from EndeavourOS and other things from Chaotic and so on. So it really is your Sherlock Holmes story live. There's the application RebornOS Fire you can use, and the ISO welcome is there, some logos you can install. But like I said, right, you really need to figure out what things are, what they contain, like the community wallpapers. There's no problem in installing wallpapers, icons, themes, right? They will not conflict unless maybe there's a name that's the same, and Pacman says, can't help. But otherwise, right, things will be just fine. Let's have a look at the wallpapers. Well, first of all, let's change the icons again, because this is not nice, not for me anyway. So Kanta Blue Dark can stay. This is our new theme, a Candy Beauty icon theme. All right, so let's close that one, and then Reborn, the community wallpaper. Right mouse click, desktop settings. Where do we change the contents? Here, folder, other. Now we're there. Let's go to the other locations, computer. And then of course I should have looked, right? I should have looked what folder will it be? Will it be the background folder or not? I think so, because this says Reborn Blue White, right? We've put everything in folders. Here it's underneath user share backgrounds, open, and we can have a Reborn OS wallpaper just like that by clicking one of the images. All right, let's keep that one. I would say a fuzzy guy, but doesn't feel like it's fuzzy. It's more cactus-like, a little guy there. Anyway, so be my guest, have fun with the tools that we provide, with the choices that we provide. The idea is to get back at some point in time to enable ArcoLinux again, because you need to have the updates for the packages. But it's an interesting exercise, and there's probably one more I need to do in this video as test. That's enabling the Chaotix repo, and I'll just switch that one off because I saw somewhere a message that the keyring needs to be updated. Maybe it's done already, maybe it's not, but no updates necessary, it says. So I guess we're okay. So there you go. So this is another example where the numbering system from another repo is different than the numbering system of ArcoLinux. Look at the numbering. This is 1 and this is 2, right? So we're just one GitHub behind, commit, I mean. And server icons is just a completely different number, right? This is, yeah, numbering system is different. So we're good to go. Same thing applies. You go to here, go to repositories, you go to Chaotic AOR, and then you scroll. So he's still loading thousands of packages. It's not crashed. It's actually trying to give a go. Oh, it's already done, sorry, my mistake. But this slider, look how it changes. All right, I can make this super small slider. Why? It adapts. When you scroll down, we're at the L, right? This is half of the alphabet. And you keep on scrolling till you get to Z, and then you have the overview of everything that's in Chaotic repo. Right? Just keep scrolling to the bottom till you reach the bottom. Zulu Z. All right. So Zulu crypt is the last one. It's a pity we can't do Control A and then see a number of packages, but you guessed it's big number, right? So that's that. And here with the ArcoLinux repo third party, have a look what we have, and the same applies. Keep on scrolling. We have around 800, I think, plus 800 plus stuff that we can install in the meantime after 6 years of development. So that's that on a video about Reborn OS. Have a look at what they provide. There is so much more. You don't need any GUI. Reborn, keyring the mirror list, right? And Reborn is now not activated. That's why we don't see anything, right? So keep thinking, because we did not do our job properly. If you want to have anything about anything related to Reborn, you should activate the repo to have anything for Reborn, right? We should do that. Otherwise you can't install it. Simple as that. Let's put everything back the way it should be. And then one last go for Reborn OS. Quit it. And then you say we update the thing. We got now, oh, Celtic AOR is still there. Now if you say you don't need GUIs, you're totally right. You don't need GUIs. You go here and say Celtic AOR. Don't want to see you for now. Everything okay. Control X. Yes, please. Save it. And then you update, and then you see Celtic AOR is no more known to Pacman. Pacman only knows these 3 from ArcoLinux, these 4 from Arch, and this one from Reborn OS. And this is no problem, right? Don't sweat it, don't panic, don't ask questions. I mean, it's okay. It's just a reference number that differs, and it's okay. So I was saying that's best. Then we stop the video, right? All of it is there. Reborn OS. Do your thing. And if there are packages with another name, it can get it. But watch out for conflicts, because if you install Reborn Cosmic i3, whatever it is, I haven't looked at it, right? And if it's a configuration of i3 and you have already i3, it will say you can't install it because it's already in etc scal or some kind of conflict. And then you have to think, you have to analyze, you have to use your brain and say, okay, then I'll remove this before I install that because of the conflict. All right, cheers.